Hi everybody. Today I wanted to talk about, as the title states, contacting brands. I got to thinking about this again recently because the other day, it was the other day, I shared a sample product that came in the mail via Instagram, and I thanked the brand for the free samples that they had shared on their website. Well, this person basically commented back and was pretty much giving the brand a shout out and then requesting that they send them a sample as well, so they could promote their items on their personal Instagram feed. I replied back and I let them know, check out X brand site. They may still have the sample offer available. But that got me to thinking again about contacting brands. And I know everybody's wanting to be, the next big influencer and the next, YouTube star and the next, fill in the blank star at this point. But it just kind of makes me laugh that everybody's setting up all these things and hoping that they're gonna hit it big just by sharing one or two or three little content posts. And I think people also think that it's, glamorous and fun and, you get all this free stuff and it's easy. It's not so easy. You got to work for it. I'm sorry. It's a little late in the day, so you'll have to excuse me. But, honesty, it's better than lying, right? So getting back to where I started, let's talk about contacting brands. And you can actually contact brands yourself. It's very easy. It's very simple. Most brand websites have a contact us form. And some of them actually list it as like a media inquiry, or it's listed under other, and then you just fill in your subject line. I would say that when you do reach out to brands, be polite and just don't say, I want free stuff, or, something of that nature, hoping that they're just going to send you a free sample. And just tell them if it's a brand you're familiar with or something you've used for a very long time, be honest and say, I've been a user of your brand for fill in the blank or however you'd like to word it. And then just say, do you work with small influencers or bloggers or vloggers or whatever your niche is? And they will usually reply back letting you know either they passed your information along, they don't partner with select groups, or if they do, they may not have an opening at that time, or they just give you flat out no. I will say that if you do get a reply back and they do say yes, they may require, or they may ask you a number of details. So depending on your request, like say if you're a blogger, like I started out trying to do before I did videos all the time, but still they'll ask you, what's your follower count, what's your Google Analytics like, things of that nature. And then they'll go on from there asking you more about your social sites and if you charge. It depends by the brand, but most of the time it's very easy, or I'm sorry, they're very thorough. And they ask a number of questions. And they also ask if you have a media kit, which you can find information on that through Google. And basically what that is it's just kind of an outline, giving you information about, giving the brand itself information about yourself, basically your website if you have one, or blog, your social network and things like that. And so it kind of goes from there, and every company is a little different, as I said. And most companies, if they do work with you, they're usually very polite, they're very nice, and they do give you a set of ground rules. Some may have you sign just a basic, I don't really want to say contract, but some do send over information for you to look over and agree to certain terms, shall we say. But all in all, you can contact brands yourself. It's not that hard. And then you can just kind of go from there. I will say that if brands contact you for certain things, like for reviews and stuff like that, do your homework, because there have been so many companies that have been showing up lately that are kind of like fly-by-night companies that ask you to promote things for them or ask you to be, their affiliate or something like that, and then they're gone in 3 months, 6 months, a year. And I'm not saying it's the case all the time, but you kind of have to be careful with stuff like that. And there's a lot of shady websites too, for lack of a better word, that kind of do that, where they have a high social media presence and they want people to sell or become ambassadors or things of that nature for their brand. So just do your homework prior to doing any type of agreement if it's a brand that approaches you, and try to find information on the brand itself. And one of the things I found helpful is if you have, say, a friend base, larger friend base, like on Instagram or Facebook or whichever social media site of choice you use, ask your social media friends and say, hey, have you heard of X brand? I just want to know if they're reputable or not. Is anybody familiar with them? And 9 times out of 10, you'll usually have somebody tell you yes, no, yes, they've heard of it, no, they hadn't heard of it. And sometimes you'll even have people say, don't deal with them because they're, excuse me, they're not what they claim to be, kind of deal. So that was basically my comment for today. But I hope everybody has a good day, and let me know if you've had any brands that have collaborated with you or worked with you. I'd like to hear about it. I've had, as you guys have probably seen in the past, Derma E that's been nice enough to send me boxes every so often so I can share it with you guys. And I had another company at one point too, Maple Holistics. Their program that they had for working with bloggers is currently, I guess, on hold for the moment. So I'm not sure if it's going to come back up, but you can always Google it and look it up if you're interested. But I hope everybody has a good day, and bye.